Now, if you or someone you know regularly travels to London on the train from Northampton or Northamptonshire, it might not be pretty for a while. That's according to one campaign group. HS2, we're told, will lead to long-term improvements in the train services between Northampton and London. That's what the government say. But a pressure group opposed to the high-speed link claimed that there are likely to be years of disruption at Euston due to the upgrade. Joe Rukin is from Stop HS2. Good afternoon, Joe.
Afternoon, Rob.
So just remind us then, HS2, it's going to terminate at London Euston, right, which is where a lot of the trains from Northampton end up as well.
Yeah, and originally they were going to rebuild the entire station. That was going to take 9 years, and now they're basically building a lean-to shed, and that's going to take 16 years. But actually, well, they're saying it's going to take 16 years. When you actually read the documents, it's going to take longer than that because they're going to still be building it after they've opened it. And indeed, they're going to start the works before they're officially starting the works. So you're looking at 20 years of travel chaos into Euston, because although they're saying doing it this way means they're reducing the impact in terms of the knock-on effects on the West Coast mainline that will be felt, all the way up to Glasgow and Edinburgh, let alone Northampton, they're closing 2 of the tracks into the station. So they're decommissioning 29% of the capacity running into Euston. And there's a phrase for that: years of travel chaos.
I was in London Euston on Sunday night, and they're doing quite a few changes at this moment in time as well. How much of the station is going to be changed then? Is it just going to be the lines as you mentioned there, or is it other bits?
Well, it's most of it, to be honest, because what they're going to do is they're going to build this lean-to on the past Platform 18 on the Drummond Street side, which is where Phase 1's going to go. And then, after they built Phase 1, they're going to start work on Phase 2, instead of doing the whole thing in one hit, which was the original plan, which is round about where Platforms 14 to 18 currently are. So this is going to take a very long time. The Phase 1 bit's going to go underground, and during the building, 2 of the approach tracks are going to be out of commission. So it's going to have knock-on effects. There's no doubt about that. And one of the things that makes that clear is a couple of weeks ago, the Office of Road and Rail allowed Great North Western to run trains starting in 2 years' time from London to Blackpool, but they said, well, they can only go as far as Queen's Park because they won't be able to get into Euston during construction because of the mess that HS2 is going to cause. If they were doing them now, they could go into Euston, and it just makes you worry that this is going to be commonplace, that some of the existing trains that currently go into Euston while HS2 is being built only get to Queen's Park. And I'm sure many listeners will remember the chaos that you had at Finsbury Park over Christmas because trains couldn't get into King's Cross, and potentially that's the sort of thing that could become commonplace every day.
Joe, if there was someone from, obviously it's clear that your group are against HS2, if there was someone sitting here that was for it, they say this is a change that needs to happen. We've kind of heard that argument before, like we've heard yours in similar cases. How resigned are you to the fact that HS2 is probably going to go ahead?
Not at all resigned. Very hopeful that it won't. Obviously, the odds are against us at this point in time, but we've no idea how the Labour leadership election is going to turn out. You've got various degrees of opposition from the majority of the candidates, and that could be a big game changer. You've also got to consider that it's going to go to the House of Lords. George Osborne has been in front of the committee that did a very sceptical report on HS2 today, and to say that he answered their questions would be a gross over-exaggeration. It was very evasive when they put their questions to him today, and you're thinking that the Lords is going to be quite sceptical when it comes to them.
Joe, thank you very much for your time. No doubt we'll speak to you again soon.